Present practice. Was conscious. This is Vish, and today I will be talking to you about the topic of, is it okay to question a guru? Questioning a guru meaning doubt a guru, be skeptical about a guru. Now, for those of y'all that have seen this channel, you've seen it, and I do a lot of videos on Sadhguru. Plenty of videos at this point, probably over 200 videos on him. And these are primarily reaction videos. So a lot of people have said and think that I am a complete Sadhguru devotee, blinded to everything else or everyone else. And that is simply not the case. Now, this video isn't going to be just to intended to protect myself from that viewpoint, because I don't care enough to make a whole video just on that. But it did inspire the idea of the topic itself of, is it okay to question a guru? And I think it's valid, something that we should all be aware of, and especially because a lot of us, after hearing about all these stories, have this innate quality to just be completely doubtful of a guru and to dismiss a guru because he's a guru and he claims that he is a guru. But that is why I'm here today, to break that down, as well as not to simply blindly believe in a guru either and put your faith in a guru. I want to explain why you shouldn't do both. So let's start with a brief gist of experiences in terms of what got me into even following a guru in the first place, followed by me expressing why you shouldn't blindly believe in a guru, but then also why you shouldn't blindly dismiss a guru. And is it okay even to argue with a guru? Is that okay? Is it respectful? Is it sinful? Whatever that means, right? So I'll be discussing and trying to touch all those points here in this video. So first off, my experiences with Sadhguru or just the guru in general, right? I've heard of the word guru here and there, didn't really care much of it. I definitely associated it with religion, because Hinduism to me at the time when I was growing up, with the relative, definitely not orthodox background, but let's call it mediocre Hindu background, meaning we're not too strict. We would go to the temple from time to time, small let's call it prayers in the house occasionally, so nothing serious. But yeah, I guess it was just a lack of me being in tune with the quote-unquote truth. I just assumed all of it was religion, and a guru was a representative of religion. As this new term has definitely popped up, which is God-man or God-men, and that he's one of them, gurus, or even Sadhguru, for instance. And I definitely assumed spirituality and religion to be the same. But then as I began to dive a bit deeper into this path, I realized those are all wrong assumptions. And spirituality and religion are quite different. In fact, even Hinduism itself is actually originally a Hinduism, originally a spirituality. Now again, am I this Hindu scholar or Hindu expert to say that Hinduism is this and it's not that? No, but I'm just sharing what I have learned, again, through the level of awareness that I've developed, right, or uncovered. So making it clear, I'm no authoritative figure on this topic, but I'm just a seeker, right, trying to learn just like y'all. And so with that being said, I have understood through these journeys that they're very different. Spirituality is really just the inner science at its core, the science of the beingness of being human. And it's an experiential one, which can be replicated. In fact, science has even backed it up, but it's more inner oriented and beyond mind oriented as well. Science usually is focused around just the mind, logic. And if something doesn't feel logic, it's not true. But spirituality tends to supersede that. Now, the guru. First heard of Sadhguru when I was, like 13, 14. Mom had actually found him. She showed me his videos, and I was like, oh, okay, he's just another relatively good speaker, actually, because he can speak English so well. Had an accent. but didn't really give it much attention. Fast forward, got into the spiritual journey. I'll probably make another video, or probably have made videos already on how I got into it. So actually, if you want to get a video on that in terms of learning how I got into it and how you can get into it, comment down below. Would love to make a video on that if you're interested. So then got into spirituality, and then began to realize a guru, as Sadhguru himself describes, is really just a device. Spirituality is kind of a technology that you use to learn to wake up more, to bring about more aliveness to your inner system. Now, these terms might come off as a little abstract and out there or woo-woo, but really at its core, it comes down to learning how to Sadhguru gives a good example, which is it's learning the instructions manual for this being, this body, which includes the mind and energy and so on. So that's really all it is. And now, as I began watching his videos, he was captivating. Sadhguru, there's no doubt. I started watching more and more. You know, this cool guy riding a motorcycle, and he got me. But there was actually no point, I'll be honest, where I was blindly ever believing in everything he was saying. I was actually very skeptical from the beginning, which is great, as he himself says it. It's important to be skeptical. He himself was skeptical about so many things. If he wasn't skeptical, he would have been easily influenced by religion, society, politics, which, as he describes himself, he is completely uninfluenced by everything around him. So the point with that is that it's perfectly fine to be skeptical of everything. There's a difference between being skeptical and being, not even concerned, but having fear, right? I think it's important to realize that there's a certain difference, and maybe there's some overlap between fear and skepticism. But a healthy amount of skepticism is great. Fear is where it starts going down the unconscious path, where you're just now consumed by an emotion. Skepticalness is really just the awareness that you don't know, and you're not blindly believing in something, which is great. So, yeah, I was never like that. Now, are there others that are huge guru, or sort of the Sadhguru, or other guru believers? Yeah, I've seen that actually, and not to speak for everyone, but you don't want to take that route either, because, again, the huge key about spirituality is that it's all about your experience. So the moment you take someone's word without you experiencing it, you can take it as a direction, you can take it as a pointer, but then once you take someone's word as a truth without you actually experiencing the truth, you are doing a complete injustice to yourself and to spirituality, because spirituality is all about you experiencing something, not learning something, not reading something. None of that. It comes down to you experiencing something. So if a guru says something and he says that this is the way it is, and you just believe in it without you experiencing it or even experimenting with it, that's where it can be dangerous with the blindly believing path. And that is why it's super important to question the guru. You should question a guru. Question yourself. Then comes the topic of unhealthily dismissing a guru, right? Or unhealthily dismissing things that you don't know. And what does that mean? So, as I mentioned earlier, I definitely came from, if we were to put let's say the weighing scale between dismissal and belief, I was kind of in the more dismissal side. But you see, that's also not really the way to go, because you saying something or having an assumption without actually experiencing again something is you doing an injustice to yourself and spirituality, again, because you haven't experienced it, but you're making an assumption that something is the way it is without actually knowing it is that way. And so you dismissing guru is also not a great way to go, because you're shutting down a bunch of doors which could be the truth. I guess this analogy which is popping right now is, imagine you have all these doors to the quote-unquote truth. Just, the sake of the analogy, let's go with this example. One door, let's say, is the truth, right? And now there's multiple doors, and some of them are not the truth. They're the wrong pathways. The blindly believing route would make you pick a random door because a guru said so, and then let's say it isn't the door, or isn't the truth door, but because someone told you it is and you think it is, now you open it and you walk in, you're like, this is the truth. That's what that is. Second is where you don't even go into any door because you don't believe in doors and you don't think there is a truth. Whatever that means. But now here's the key. Whether you believe in something or you disbelieve in something, you're both in the same boat, as Sadhguru says, because you both don't know. It comes down to knowing through your experiences, which is what spirituality is. And so it comes down to a very simple statement, which is to just say, I don't know, or to question it. I don't know. As simple and powerful as that. So you saying I don't know is my cue to you, or your cue to yourself, that you should question a guru. It's okay to question a guru. Sadhguru himself has talked about all these yogic tales where even the gods would come down and debate with man. Where I guess in the, let's call it the Indian culture, for lack of other words, men would debate God. And that was the way it was. And God would sometimes even come down, or gods would come down and seek advice from the enlightened ones. Again, is this true or not? I think is besides the point. It's all about learning to take away the key lessons, right? Or you shouldn't blindly believe in someone, or you shouldn't blindly disbelieve in someone. And it's very okay to question. I question Sadhguru all the time. I've, up until this point, actually never ever disagreed with him, but I've never always agreed with him. Because he has said many times certain things which I'm just like, is that really true? I don't know, and I don't want to just say it is without experiencing it myself. And I think that's the best way to go. It's literally just like, let's call it just, again, another analogy would be to imagine like you're tasting something and that's your way of knowing if something is true or not. Versus, okay, let's do it this way, right? So let's just say for whatever reason and mechanism, your tongue is this magic tool that will know the truth of everything. And your body needs fuel, and that's like, I don't know, I'm just making this example up. Let's just see if this works. And so you taste some chocolate, and through experience, you know it's sweet. And now your body has consumed sweetness. There we go. That's the experiential way of knowing it. But now someone says something is chocolate, you, I don't know, say your tongue stops working, you have the choice to not use your tongue and you just don't use it, and then you swallow it, and then because someone told you it's sweet, that's the blindly believing path. And then someone giving you chocolate, and then you looking at it directly and like, this does not look like chocolate, it's not sweet at all. That's the dismissal route. What I'm recommending you to do is taste it, and then you'll know for yourself. But up until that point, leave it as an I don't know. That will open the most doors to your knowing. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I really appreciate you taking this time. And if you've made it to this end, hit that like button. I would appreciate that. Comment down below any questions that you have, any views that you have. Listen, I value open discussion very much. I really do. I don't care what you have to say. I might think it's stupid. I might think it's unconscious, but even I could be wrong. I always like to speak with the angle of me knowing or only having a certain level of awareness. I'm not enlightened, so I'm super open to hearing other perspectives, hearing other opinions. So comment those down below with regards to what you think of what I've said so far about, is it okay to question a guru? What do you think about Sadhguru? Who's your favorite guru? Is spirituality just a scam in general? Comment those opinions down below, and we can definitely discuss. And if you have another video topic requests on this series, or just something similar or something out of the blue, listen, wisdom incorporates life, and life is everything, literally. So I don't care. Give me any topic and I'll talk about it and try to share some of the views that I have with the awareness that I have. Make a great day. Take it joyfully and stay conscious. Ecstasy.